So, what I'm about to tell you, I have recorded and deleted over 50 times, okay? Now, you know what I'm getting ready to tell you is juicy, because anytime a content creator make a video in their car, they get ready to get into it. So let's make it make sense. Okay. So to answer your question, no, I'm not back in the classroom. I'm still blackballed, okay? I'm still blackballed. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is 2 weeks ago, one of my followers inboxed me and said, girl, you are banned from the RSP building. So I said, well, what is the RSP building? Because I ain't never heard of that. What is that acronym for? So they respond back and say, the school board office, City Hall, Hampton City School got your picture up in here saying that you're banned. Now, first of all, I'm trying to figure out why my picture is up in there, because my face is my brand. That's my likeness. And you didn't send me a letter. The police weren't called, and I didn't come up there and act a fool. So why did you ban me? So you know me. I emailed HR. I emailed the school board chair and the vice chair for Hampton City Schools, and I asked them just that. I have remained professional throughout this whole time, even though you have not hired me due to my social media content. I have not come up there and cut up a fool, because I do not want y'all to be able to use that against me. Of course, they were delayed and responded 2 days later and said, you're not banned, Miss Holloway. You're just restricted. Because the head of ESS said that you came up to the school board office, HR is in the same office, and you were a little upset about some things y'all were discussing. Lie. I have made sure I remain professional the whole time, y'all, so they could not do that, because y'all know the school board will paint you disgruntled real quick so that they can escape any wrongdoing. Now, about 30 days ago, I sent demand letters to Hampton City Schools, Newport News Public Schools, and ESS. I asked Hampton City Schools and Newport News Public Schools for all of my HR documents, and I asked them for letters of why I was terminated or not rehired. Newport News and Hampton sent me everything except for the letters of termination or why I wasn't rehired, okay? Now, Newport News is added into this because I worked for them in 22-23. Remember, over the summer, their employee is the one who called me and told me that Hampton and Newport News had got together in cahoots and were not going to hire me, that I was going to be blackballed, okay, about my videos. Let's be clear. Anyway, this is how ESS gets involved. ESS is a substitute companies that district hires so that they don't have to hire subs, okay? But ESS hires subs for Hampton City Schools. So when I found out from Newport News Public Schools that I was going to be blackballed in August, I applied to ESS because I've worked for them in Virginia and Maryland. I pay for the background check, okay? They tell me once I clear the background check, call and get an orientation date. I call. One of the hiring managers answers. She say, Miss Holloway, look, I'm going to have to check something, call you back. Do y'all know I ain't hear back from them for 30 days? And I call and they would not answer the phone. I blocked my number, but you can't call the school board office from a blocked number, so I had to go up to ESS. So I get up there, and they in the office, fully employed, so why they answer the phone, I don't know. So I go in there now, and I ask them, what's going on? And they proceed to tell me, the head of ESS proceeds to tell me that they have a new policy, that all subs have to be approved by HR. Now, why would Hampton City Schools hire you to hire subs if they want to hire the subs? And you're not going to tell me that the subs y'all pull off the street, because that's what y'all do, are being approved by HR. Okay, I had a sub who had her paying somebody. The HR approved that? Y'all hiring 18-year-olds that just graduated from the school, you sending them to sub, and HR approved that? ESS has long-term subs teaching core classes, and the person only has a high school diploma. HR approved that? So that's what made me send the demand letters, because I asked for the policy, and they refused to give me the policy. So Hampton, Newport News, like I said, sent everything. ESS doesn't say anything. So I go to ESS to follow up on the demand letter. When I get in there, the head of ESS like, we don't have to respond to your demand letter, and we don't have to give your money back for your background check. I say, okay. So I hand her another letter while I'm in there and say that I'm going to proceed the legal route to get these documents, okay? So I leave out the office and come back, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not even going to go legal. I said, can you just give me an email where ESS said that they don't have to respond because Virginia law says you do? So as I'm walking back in to say that, the head of ESS is telling the other people in the office, like, I ain't got to do nothing. So then why would you go to HR and lie like I was being rude and you were nasty? She was nasty. So I'm not going back up to Hampton City Schools, HR, school board. I'm done communicating with them. I'm done communicating with Newport News. I'm done communicating with ESS. They did me dirty. Hampton even put in one of my evaluations that I make videos with students. So they took me from highly effective to effective. I've never made a video with a student. Then they turned around and said, you posted your dead students. Then they turned around and said, you made videos in your classroom at the beginning of the year, and we can deem you for anything. Pick a battle, Hampton. Pick a battle. And Newport News, I graduated from your district. How dare you? I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, y'all. I really thought I was giving teachers a voice and giving people an eye inside the school, because if you think school is like it was in 2010, baby, you sadly mistaken. It's drastically different. The school you went to is not the school your child go to. The discipline you got at school is not the discipline your child get. The hard work you had to do for grades is not the hard work your child got to do for an A. I promise you. They got to show up. So, and now I feel some days I'm like, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't have done it. And some days it is what it is. So now y'all know. Make it make sense.